Mic check. Hello, friends. Host Eric here, talking with famous people and purveyor of stuff that everybody loves all the time. If you love everything all the time, you're gonna love it around here. Because around here we've got everything all the time. That's right. I am currently using the old laptop. Maybe it'll tell the difference. It's kind of from a different angle. The other laptop's in the bag. It looks kind of crappy around here right now, huh? Well, it is kind of crappy around here. I need to pick up a bit more and shit like that. I got tomorrow to do that stuff. And I experience a lot of adrenaline. That's got to be what it is. Or I experience a lot of the physical symptoms of I guess you call it anticipation, excitement, something like that. Nerves. But not anxiety. Excitement mostly. To go out there. And to know as well that I don't know what's going to happen. I have no idea. Anything's possible. So I go with as few expectations as I can possibly have. I expect to be able to see her and spend time with her. There's an intensity about life right now that's highly satisfying and at the same time definitely wants to be resolved. I don't like waiting at all. I hate waiting. But as we're getting really close to leaving, it's more like I'm not so much waiting as entering the preparatory stages. Like I'm tending to some things I gotta go do before I leave, stuff like that, you know. And that obviously feels a lot different, so to speak, than just waiting. It feels different to do shit than it is to wait. Something of proposition. GoToMeeting crashed. It's on GoToMeeting a little while ago. I don't know if it crashed or Tiffany closed it because there's shit going on or whatever. But yeah, I decided to make this video because I started thinking. Think. What am I thinking about? Of course. Who am I thinking about, right? Of course I'm thinking about it. If I could be right now, I'd be talking to her. We spend a lot of hours talking to each other. It's not like a lack of conversation. But regardless, I'm pretty fiendy. When I'm really into something, I want a lot of it. I'm really into this chick. It's a pretty good dab right there. Delicious. It's delicious. Okay, so why am I making this video? Because I don't know what the fuck else to do. I made a song yesterday. It was really good. I really have to remember that song. It's my... Man, it seems like every time I make a new song, I go, oh, yeah, this is my new favorite song. And then I find out where it actually lands in the lineup over time. This one I think is really strong, though. I feel much more strongly about this Run Augie Run song than I did about the one before, which was called From What Place? From Where Did I Come From? From Where Did I Come From? Or Where Did I Come From? Where Did I Come From? They have two froms in it? I don't know what it's called. Anyway, that video, that song got good feedback from people. It sounds pretty clean. It sounds pretty pro, you know. But and I like it. I'm happy with that one too. The first two songs on the new album. I guess that's what I'll talk more about right now. I'm just doing random blogging. I've had a number of albums so far in my life. Starting with Mr. Strauss Learns to Rock, which is back about 2004 when I was a meth addict. It's got some weak spots on it, but it's some parts of it I'm thrilled with too. So I don't know. I had this one. Next, there's a EP called After School Special, and that includes the shit that's between my meth addict days and my rebirth after I quit drinking. So there's not a lot there. That period of time was basically when I went and raised a family instead of being a tweaker or something. I don't know. And so that's that. But there's some good tracks on that. Matter of Mood is great. I really like that one. And Marmalade is good. And anyway, enough about that. Then the next album after that is recent, 2015, I think. Maybe 2016 even. Host Eric Learns, I think it's 2015, end of 2015. Host Eric Learns to Talk was my first album coming back from the dead, so to speak. And it's good. I like it. I think it's really good. Then after that, that one is about, Host Eric Learns to Talk is basically about, it's sort of a recap kind of a thing about my marriage and what's happened between After School Special and Host Eric Learns to Talk. So the first album is like me learning how to make music and produce it myself rather than being part of a band like I was before, where I was responsible for the guitar part and nothing else, you know. And then After School Special just is about it's sort of like the little bits of foray I was making into the style and the manifestation of self that I would eventually manifest a decade later. But I kind of just turned my attention to family, and it was over, you know. Time was over for that. I had tried my best to make a bunch of shit, and it didn't work, and failure ensued. And then I had the enjoyment of having a family and doing all that, raising a family, raising a kid, and that shit. So then Big Help was kind of like a review of the marriage in a way. The arc of the album is supposed to be about like the arc of our marriage. Now, the next album, which is called Siddhartha's Buckling Knees. That's about the end of the relationships that comprised my my life prior to my current life, which was very different. It was a very different life. I had human friends in person. I didn't have internet friends, and I didn't know them like I know my internet friends now. These kind of internet friends are not like internet friends I've ever had before. I haven't had internet friends kind of on like GarageBand or other places on the internet, but it was just, they weren't really internet friends. They were just people who I sometimes communicate via text back and forth with in some sort of a forum type thing. And didn't know anything about them, didn't really get personal. Anyway, that life was very different. It was a life that didn't give me enough social engagement at all. So I was either drunk or, that's not the only reason, but I don't know, just sad or whatever. And Help represents Help represents that life. Siddhartha's Buckling Knees represents the collapse of that life, and it represents both the end of the marriage, which is mostly what it's about, the album, but it's about the end of an era too, because coinciding with that at the same time was my friend Corey abandoning me basically and saying, I don't want any part of your, let's live again, let's stop pretending to be dead and wake up now. And he didn't want any part of it. Worse, he was a hater, and he discouraged me for no good reason. So, anyway, I'm telling my little life story here through albums. That's Siddhartha's Buckling Knees is about that kind of thing. Now that I'm thinking about it, though, I have another album's worth of material that is not albumed yet, exactly, or it's kind of a album. I don't know. That might be Siddhartha's Buckling Knees, and then the album was originally titled, the one that I'm talking about, the Marriage Arc album. This is poorly described. I'm doing a terrible, terrible job of this video. Fucking goddamn it, Eric. We'll just call it Siddhartha's Buckling Knees. That album is about the arc of the marriage. There may be another album there somewhere about the death of the friendship and what that meant, but it's kind of contained in a mesh of things there that's tied in with also Siddhartha's Buckling Knees is a reference to the friend. He's Siddhartha, and he represents introverted intuition, the Buddha, and all that kind of shit, but he's not really Buddhist or anything like that. He's just, I'm saying, he believes in truths without meaning making. Regardless, that extra album, I'm not sure about that. But Siddhartha's Buckling Knees represents the death of that life. And it's a good album. It starts with Class is Over and ends with Formal Goodbye. So it's a goodbye album. And it's comprised of stuff about goodbye, stuff about divorce and getting divorced. But it's a pretty cheerful album. It's awfully cheerful, frankly. Except for the first and last track. And, well, well, it's not really super cheerful. There's some cheerful shit. The cheerful shit's kind of jaded and its metaphysics slightly not jaded, but sarcastic, perhaps. It's too blunt a word. It's arms crossed a little bit. Anyway, some of the tracks on there. Some things are like, see what fun looks like? Yeah, that's that album. So there's this buckling knees. Then after that, we have what I consider to be my best completed album to date, which is Rise of Yalor. It's a great album. I really like it. Really good. Starts with Good Shakes, Grace the Dead. It ends with Yalor names the Prince. And it's got a lot of good stuff in between. It's got Rappin' Eric's Pimpin' Hand on it. It's got Helen Gurley on it. It's got Community Chapstick on it. What else is that on? It's got Rise. It's got Yalor's Rise, which is sort of the title track. And that album's about the ascension of a new life, and particularly the inclusion of the development of a new inner circle, beginning with best friend Taylor. And I'm trying to close out on the other component of that is going to be a woman, and then ideally me and my woman and my best friend his woman can hang out in safe fashion, because you gotta make sure that if you're gonna have inner circle people and you're gonna have a dude around your woman, you gotta make sure you trust him in that regard, in that capacity. And so I trust Taylor. Of course, you should trust your woman too, but and if you trust her, you don't want her subject to predation in that fashion. So, oh yeah, that album, Rise of Yalor. It's a good album. What else is on that album? Water Roll. Water Roll's an interesting song. Not my favorite track on the album, but a good track. And Call My Woman. Call My Woman is a really good song. And that's about basically my arrest and not having a woman to call. Now, in the song, it's actually about me saying call my woman, but I have no woman. That's the point. What I had instead was a community of friends on GTM who cared a little bit about the fact that I was arrested. That meant a lot to me. That's Rise of Yalor. And then the next album that I've begun, I got 2 tracks for it now, is called The Prince and Shaded. I don't think it's a working title anymore. I think it's the title of the album. And it represents, along with this arc about my personal life and shit that's going on with that, there's a larger metaphysical arc going on in the storylines as well regarding time magic, positioning of identity. It's a narrative about time magic, usually more than it is time magic itself, with a couple of exceptions. One example of a song that's time magic is that's not actually published. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. You can use songs sometimes for picking up on chicks. I made a song for this girl, Capio. I think I made the song. No, yeah, okay. I think I made a song between the first and second time we had intercourse, and I don't know if it really had anything to do with this, at all. It just had to do with well, I mean, the point is, I don't think I actually got anything out of that song. I think I already had it before I got the song. Anyway, the song was Playful, and that was a long time ago. Anyway, that was over a year ago. Well over a year ago now. So, just for the record, I'll make that clear. That's a good song, though. Song for Capio, it's called. Or Song for Pio. I'm trying to remember how it goes now. Regardless, that's not what I'm talking about. If I remember that song, I can't remember how that song goes. But there are some songs that are time magic. Most of them are not, but they're about time magic. I mean, they all are a little bit, necessarily, unavoidably, but not positive feedback time magic. Positive feedback time magic is the shit that has serious potential to do things in the world. That's harder to attain. It means that it grows over time and gathers momentum. Most things wash out, and the nature of how they wash out is like an attribute of theirs that is significant in understanding the process as a whole. Understanding how the attribute is for any given set of conditionals or whatever. Okay, regardless, the Prince and Shaded, though, is going to be, well, it's going to be whatever it is, I guess. But I know metaphysically what I'm looking for it to do. What meanings am I looking for it to tie into, and why? And they have to do with the transition from defaulting to always respecting the autonomy of the other towards a state where sometimes I presume, or to understand that consent and assent and matters of autonomy in general, that people express them in different ways, and sometimes one has to actually take on the mantle of, well, I know better, and therefore I have to direct somebody without explicitly directing them. What we normally call manipulation. Believe it or not, and I don't know if anybody's going to believe this, but it's not something I've done really at all heretofore in any conscious fashion. A few times maybe, and maybe a couple times on little things recently where I've decided to sort of play around with it. But it's a scary, I mean, look, it's one of those things where it's both scary and harmless, because it's scary in the sense that I don't want to allow myself to scheme in that fashion, it's hard for me to trust myself. But I think I should be able to at this point. I'm so committed to the value that I can sometimes forsake instrumental goods that better attain the value itself than strict adherence to the protocols of the value would attain. And those are the circumstances in which I'd like to see myself evolve a bit. So there's that. And that's basically the theme of the Prince and Shaded as it's developing. That's it for this video. It was rambling. It's kind of self-indulgent. If you made it all the way to the end, thank you. If you didn't, then you don't hear this. If you are my lady friend, hi. I'm really looking forward to seeing you. And if you are German Chancellor Angela Merkel, quit being so fussy about everything. That concludes this video. Don't forget to eat plenty of cheese, and for God's sake, don't forget to eat plenty of cheese. I say it twice because of one reason and one reason only. It's because I feel positive emotions towards you. Warmth. Goodwill. A desire to see you succeed. All those things. And a little bit of love. Goodbye.